Hello, this is McD the Beast, and this is McD Sports 4 coming to you today with my Notre Dame football predictions for the 2021 college football season. Before I continue, don't forget to hit the thumbs up. Please subscribe to the channel. Greatly appreciate if you do that. We're really trying to grow the channel. Just go ahead and do that. Notre Dame last season did make the college football playoffs. They actually played in the ACC the whole season because of the whole COVID situation. And they wanted to feel at least a comparable schedule. Um, they split the two games with Clemson. They lost the one in the ACC championship game. Then they went ahead and lose to Alabama 31-14 in the I forget which bowl it was, but in the semifinals of the playoffs there. I believe it was the Rose Bowl, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, it was the Rose Bowl. You look at Notre Dame this season. Ian Book's gone. They bring in the transfer from Wisconsin, Jack Cohn. To me, he's basically any other typical Notre Dame quarterback, a game manager. The defense has a new defensive coordinator since Clark Lee left to take the Vandy job. You brought in Marcus Freeman from Cincinnati, and I honestly think that's a really good hire. I think this defense has potential to be really good this year. The question is how much is the offense gonna do, and basically can you get back to where you were um this past season. The schedule's kind of soft. You do have a few tough games in there, but let's get into it. Your over under is at 9 from DraftKings. So over under is at 9. FBI has y'all going 8.3 wins, 3.7 losses. Since you guys are independent this year, you guys decided to transition back to the independent. That does not include a conference championship game. The headlines I can get back to the playoffs. As I said, I think the schedule's kind of soft this year. You do have a few tough games, but if you could go undefeated, you will be back in the playoffs. Unfortunately, I just think you lose a game somewhere, even if everything goes right. Your best case scenario is 11-1. Worst case scenario, 8-4. The swing game is USC. I'm kind of high on USC this year. You look at them, Slovis, the quarterback. They're favorites to win the Pac-12 South. They're coming off a bye. Before this game. I think this is a pretty huge game for both teams. The game is in South Bend, so I put this as your swing game. I could have gone a number of other different directions with this, but I went with USC because I think this game could define your season. That's what I look at when I look at the swing games. But overall, I think Notre Dame is going to have another, at least, I would say, decent season for their expectations because the expectation at Notre Dame is to win a college football championship every year. So let's go ahead and look at the schedule. The first game is against Florida State. I do have you guys losing on the road to Florida State. I look at Florida State and basically I'm actually really high on Florida State this year. They bring in the transfer from UCF, Mackenzie Mack. Uh, you look at how they hit the transfer portal. A lot of people think they have 5 automatic losses on their schedule. I really think they really only have 2 or 3 automatic losses on their schedule. I think Florida State is going to have a pretty good year compared to what everybody else is saying. I think they could easily get to at least 6, 7, 8 wins. And I think there's going to be a big upset somewhere on week 1. And I think this is going to be the game, week 1 on the road. Sunday night game, by the way, against Florida State. I think you guys lose a close one there. And basically, it's just a gut opinion. Next game is against Toledo. I do have you guys winning that game. Toledo is one of, if not the best team in the MAC this year. So it could be. I do think this game is going to be competitive, but I think you guys will get the victory there. The next game against Purdue, Purdue, I am not high on at all. I have you guys winning that game as well. It is in South Bend. I saw the spread is only, I think, 11.5 for this game. I will bet Notre Dame to cover that 11.5 very easily in this one. Next game, the neutral site game against Wisconsin. I do have you guys losing this one. It is in Soldier Field. It's a Big Noon kickoff game. I think that's cool that Notre Dame is going to be part of Big Noon kickoff against Wisconsin there. To me, I just think Wisconsin's a little bit better. I know Jack Cohn wants to get revenge against his old team, but I just think for some reason I think just as an overall team, I would say, I just think Wisconsin is a little bit better. I think those guys are soft as well. Their prediction video is going to be coming out soon, but I just think Wisconsin's a little bit better. I just have a good opinion that Wisconsin, I think, is just going to pull this one out. Very tight game, but I think Wisconsin just pulls it out. So you start off the season 2-2. Your next game is against Cincinnati. I know, and we already did our Cincinnati football predictions, so go check that out on the McD Sports 4 YouTube channel. I know a lot of people think Cincinnati's going to go in there and beat Notre Dame. I disagree with that. I think Cincinnati, uh, God bless them. I do think that Cincinnati wants to get revenge over their former defensive coordinator Marcus Freeman. You also have, in my opinion, I do think Cincinnati is a top 10 team, yes, but the game is in South Bend. I think that's going to be a key difference as well, even though I know South Bend doesn't have much of a home field advantage, especially against bigger teams. I don't think that's going to be as much of a problem with a team like Cincinnati, uh, because Cincinnati's a group of 5 team. I just think at the end of the day, Notre Dame finds a way to win this game, especially coming off loss to Wisconsin, because at this point, your season is basically you have to win every game probably just to get to a New Year's Six game. I think you get a win against Cincinnati, a big win against Cincinnati, to save your season. Your next game is at Virginia Tech. This will be a victory. I cannot believe the spread for this game is you're only favored by 6.5. Just like the Purdue game, I would take Notre Dame to cover that 6.5 big time. I know it's in Blackensburg there down there in Virginia, but I just think you guys are gonna win this game rather easily. I think this game basically has probably I think this game basically has 38-20 written all over it. Um, I just think you guys are a better team than them, and I don't even think it's close. I think you guys get the victory over Virginia Tech. So after a bit of a shaky start, you win your next 2 games, including against probably, in my opinion, a top 10 team. I actually have Cincinnati ranked number 6 in the McD Sports 4 preseason poll, so go check that out on the McD Sports 4 YouTube channel, which you're watching right now. But go check out my preseason college football top 25. Notre Dame's number 10 in that. So start off the second half of the season against USC. You have your bye week. Good place for a bye week. As I said, USC at home coming off the bye week. I think you guys are going to be well rested. I think you guys get the victory. You look at USC, I'm pretty high on them, but with the game in South Bend, I just think that the home field advantage, and I think Notre Dame might be a tick or two better than USC because I'm not completely sure about USC's defense. We're gonna be looking. There will be a USC football prediction out pretty soon here, but I gotta do a little bit of a dive on their defense before I come out with that prediction. But USC gets the victory. Excuse me, not USC gets the victory. Notre Dame gets the victory against USC in a very close game. Next game is North Carolina. A lot of people are picking North Carolina to go in there and beat Notre Dame. I disagree with that. I think you guys go ahead and beat North Carolina at home. We already did a North Carolina football prediction video. Go check that video out on the Big D Sports 4 YouTube channel. I do think North Carolina is a better team than Notre Dame, but with the game in South Bend, I don't see North Carolina fans really traveling up to South Bend for this one. If it was like a bigger fan base, like a Georgia or a Clemson, I could see that. But I just don't see that. North Carolina, they're not even really used to playing in big stadiums. So with the game in South Bend, I think you guys eke out a very close victory in this game. Next game is Navy. I think this game might be a neutral site game if I'm not mistaken. Navy's not going to be good this year. Now, granted, I feel bad about this because I do like their coach and everything, but I think he's going to be out the door after this year. Navy is just not going to be that good this year, in my opinion, and I think you guys get a victory over them, even though they run that triple option. Your next game is on the road against Virginia. Um, your 3 game stretch between USC, North Carolina, and Navy. Uh, a lot tough. I mean, USC, North Carolina are clearly top 25 teams at worst, in my opinion. People gonna go that Navy game's easy. They run that triple option. That could take wear and tear on you. Um, I think basically you going to Virginia is on the road, kind of a sleepy place to play. Virginia is the type of team if that team's even anything competitive, they'll get some fan support. Brock Mendenhall, I love what he's doing there at Virginia. I think this is gonna be an upset. I think this is a place where you just slip up at. Because you could say you slip up at the Florida State game. But at the same time, I think people are gonna look back and realize Florida State, they have a really tough schedule, yes, but they're actually a pretty good team. I think you guys slip up on the road against Virginia. I think coming off, I think this is a game you might overlook a little bit because at this point you're probably trying to coast as 10-2. You're coming off USC, North Carolina, Navy with that triple option. Even though I don't think Navy's gonna be that good, I think you slip up on the road against Virginia. I think it's a close game, but no, I say this about every team. Every team has a game they're supposed to win but lose, and every team has a game that they're supposed to lose but win. I think this is the game that you're supposed to win but lose. So I just have a gut feeling Virginia's gonna beat you all this year, especially there in Charlottesville. I believe that's how you pronounce it down there in Virginia. So go ahead and give you all the loss there. Next game is against Georgia Tech. This game is actually in Atlanta in the Mercedes-Benz Dome or the Atlanta Dome, Georgia Dome, whatever they call it now. Georgia Tech, in my opinion, I like the quarterback. I like the running back. They're still a year out. They have a tough schedule as well, Georgia Tech. Uh, I think you guys get probably a 2 to 3 touchdown victory in this one, especially coming off that game against Virginia. If my scenario is correct here, you guys probably want to have good showings in your last 2 games. So I think you have a good showing against a Georgia Tech team that I think is still a year out, and it's probably fighting for a bowl game. But I think you guys get a comfortable victory there. And then your final game of the year is against Stanford on the road. I think you guys will win this one. Some people are low on Stanford, some people are high on Stanford. They're a bit of a wild card. Um, I like David Shaw. I think I don't know anybody that doesn't like David Shaw. Um, but Stanford's schedule I think is the toughest in the country. Personally, either theirs or Arkansas's are the toughest in the country. You look at Stanford or Auburn. Auburn deserves to be in the conversation as well. You look at Stanford, and Georgia Tech as well deserves to be in that conversation. Anyways, look at Stanford. I mean, I don't know if the talent is there. I think this game is a competitive game, but at the end of the day, I think Notre Dame's the better team. I think they probably win this game by 2 possessions. So you look at if you count up all the wins and losses, I have you all going 9-3. I do think Notre Dame does take a little bit of a step back. I mean, I look at the schedule. Um, is the schedule a bit soft in my opinion? Yes, but primarily because you do get more of your tougher games in South Bend. So basically, I mean, your toughest game on the road, looking at um, probably that Florida State game week 1, honestly. I know you get Wisconsin at a neutral site, Georgia Tech at a neutral site. I believe that Navy game is also at a neutral site, if I'm not mistaken. But you do get USC, North Carolina, both in South Bend. So overall, I do have you all going 9-3. And I think you guys will be competing for a New Year's Six bowl. But I think you guys probably miss the New Year's Six bowl and probably get one of those next tier bowls. But 9-3 is my final prediction for Notre Dame. Comment down below. Tell me what you think about Notre Dame football this year. Always like hearing from y'all. Thanks for watching. McD the Beast signing off.